Someone thinks they're very clever. Trying to figure out a way to make me need to escape the pain that they're in. So they try to do this thing where they try to like emotionally trick me into bonding with their pain and basically bang at me nonstop to make me do nothing but bond with the pain that they're in, and then I have to somehow like be in the pain they're in and think it's my pain, and then somehow like bond with it like emotionally, like get upset about it and like do shit to them to stop them from doing shit to me, and then they can somehow trick me into being in their pain with them, and then they can somehow escape from their pain. But they do this thing, and then they hover the fuck around me, waiting for me to do something so they can do something to me because they're still in pain. And no matter how much pain they put me in, they're still in pain. Like, a lot of pain. And more pain than you can imagine, because the moment that the initial rush wears off of trying to put me in pain to escape their pain, the pain comes back and it's worse than before. And then they have to continue to do that over and over and over and over and over to see if they can always put me in more pain than they're in, and to make me need whatever it is that they can't get for their pain. And whatever they used to fucking use for their pain that they can't use anymore, whatever it is, drugs, running around, fucking exercising, doing any fucking thing, basically anything that they're not allowed to do now, or that they can't do anymore, they have to make me do that exact thing, and then they're waiting around to stop me doing it to make sure that they can make sure that I'm stuck in their pain that they put me in. That I don't know whether or not it's my pain or their pain, but it's just so much pain. And then I have to be so attached to everything they're doing because of all the pain that I'm in now, because of what they're doing to me, to like get even with me for not being in pain because they're in pain. Because of something I did or didn't do that makes them feel that they're like equivalent to something, and they have to like do something to like even something out. Like they're like getting revenge on me for, because they're like angry and they're hurting because they're angry because they can't do more to me. That they maybe thought they could do so much more and so much more power. Like someone like had a fucking illusion or a delusion of power, and they were using it to treat their physical pain or their emotional pain. Like they were using the abuse or the bullshit they do to me to like transfer pain and stress and like basically an identity of pain and distress. So I would fear that like I don't be my own person anymore, and like I'm no longer my own person. I have to, and I'm just like, wow. It's basically then they would trick me into being involved with whatever it is they're in pain with, and they would trick me into needing to seek out relief, so they don't have to seek relief anymore. They can sit back and just watch me try to get relief, and then they can just feel safe that they're not having to try to seek relief, and there won't be relief. This is what these people used to do. They basically try to figure out a way to end my career, because this was the whole thing, was trying to get me to like get their pain relief for them, because they're not legally allowed to do that now. Like someone stopped them from getting whatever it was that they used to use to treat their pain. Yeah, somebody with money, somebody who has power, somebody who has cash, or someone who used to pay them. Maybe their boss. Maybe this is their boss. Maybe these people who are like on a power of attorney, or they have like some kind of terrible pain syndrome, drug addicts that are in quote recovery. That's not recovery, by the way. Just not taking painkillers if you're a painkiller addict is not recovery. Just quitting, whatever it is you're doing is not recovery. You have to like have something other than that. Just basically putting the plug in the jug, fuck shit. That's not enough. Like, it's not. And these people would know that. The people who are in a position of authority over these people would know that. They can't just stop doing the thing. They need to do something else. It's like they need to do something else to relieve their whatever the fuck it was that they couldn't cope with in the first place. They'll do this, trick them, shit. And they will. I've seen people do this before. Specifically, people who hire people who are always trying to fucking figure out a way to like make other people hurt for them. Like I don't know. Like how do you say that? Like how do you say like someone's trying to figure out a way to like transfer all their problems physically onto me and like get me to like do whatever it was they're not allowed to do now, and then I lose something because of that. Like they want to sit back. Basically, they want to like identity swap, but like with somatic symptoms. Like if they can get me to have all their same somatic symptoms, they can somehow like step out of reality and watch me have all the pain they're in, and then they can somehow not feel pain, and that is not real. And if it is, that's what codependency is. That's actually what codependency is trying to figure out a way to make me have all their problems for them, and they don't have to have their problems anymore. There you go. Somebody works for somewhere that can't get their fucking thing that they said they could get for these people. They're not allowed to do that because it's illegal. They're not allowed to do that, and they lie because they're the Page of Swords in reverse. They're lying, and they're learning to lie better. So they're learning to lie or continue to practice lying, and that's the point. They're getting really fucking good at gaslighting from this situation. So this is someone's boss. This is someone's worker. This is someone's charity guy. This is someone's person that gives money. You know, hires these people. This could even be a person who works for some sort of board. This could even be some kind of director of a board that works with people or works for people in a certain way. Provides the money or gets the money or even fundraises. This person here is learning exactly what to do to keep something happening. To keep some people hopping who need it. Okay. This goes back to me reading on the We Scam and me reading on the Charity Scam, and I don't really have those readings right now, but I've been picking up on the We Scam, picking up on the Charity Scam. I pick up on that a lot. Northern Ontario, Canada, you know, housing, low income, people, drugs, can't find work because of it, have no family ties because of it, have no solid place to live or no solid place to go and just be because of it. All of their people are in the drug scene or trying to stay away from the drug scene, or they have kids and they're just like sticking with their fucking family, not to get away, not to get around the drugs because they're kids and whatever. Even if they have kids, they could be struggling that way. Sometimes it doesn't hurt. Sometimes it does. Sometimes I've seen this before, like having kids into it doesn't always fix it. Sometimes it can help a person to escape, to get away from the worst of it, but having family into it sometimes can make it worse, because then there's like a bunch of people around who have the same problem. Yeah. I feel like this is an attempt to make a family program out of nothing. I feel like this is a weird attempt to like loop me into someone's family program. But at the same time, it could be because I have an education, because I have a community work background. It could be one of those things where these two are tricking people into thinking that they can do something to me and they can't. And using whatever it is to trick a person into doing something. So this little Page of Swords might not want to act this way. This little Page of Swords might not want to be a liar, manipulative person, but she may have to learn how to be like that just because her job demands that she knows how to manipulate people who are very, very good at manipulating. Because of money. Because the King of Pentacles is going to provide, but only enough to keep people needing more. Here's the Queen of Pentacles. On top of the King of Pentacles. This could be a couple. You know what I think? I think this is a couple. I hear nurse, but I'm not sure. This could be a couple of people who provide funding or even their own money. Maybe they do this. I was reading this before. Some of these people will like go into the communities looking for drug addicts and like scoop the drug addicts and like pretend to help them clean up, pretend to give them somewhere and just like do that to make them dependent, and then they'll like give them money. We give them lodging, we give them jobs. Yeah, jobs. We'll give them a startup for a business. This is quite common with the jail guys who don't have anything. Literally, they don't have anything, who need to live in hotels. Jail women go through this too, but the jail guy goes through it worse. Because the situation be the protecting of children, because it's the ministry of children, and something. These people are dependent on that. So the first priority is protecting children. So usually women get different treatment than the guys do because of that reason. Specifically if the guys have been found to be molesting children or using children or selling women or using women in their families to get shit, they specifically don't get fuck all, but the tiniest little bit that someone else provides. And this, I think, is a private thing. Maybe this isn't someone's charity. This could be someone a couple who, one of them works for the board and one of them works in the community somehow, but they're both in the upright because they're money. This could be a connection where this little Page of Swords works for some kind of place. I'm reading some place where people get food. I'm reading some place where people get food, where they get food like charity, like a charity food, like they get food given to them or money given them, or say work stuff given to them. Say they need references and shit. You know, fake references, but references nonetheless. to learn how to gaslight better because the Queen of Pentacles is going to back her up to do that. Or the Queen of Pentacles is paying her to do that. This feels like a bullying thing. It already feels bullying. It already feels like someone's bullying people. When I used to go to recovery meetings more, I'd see this a lot. I'd see these couples, wealthy couples, trolling around trying to find people. Women, sometimes women, men, sometimes whatever they're looking for, ages, whatever they want, to get them to do something for them. To make them need it. And to almost like get themselves a position of authority in somewhere. Some kind of board of directors, some kind of position, some kind of ministry, this and that, whatever it is, to get more power over the situation. Yeah. But it's corrupt already. So yeah, there it is. That's right. That's how the we scam. I just said it. I knew it. Yeah. Anybody who's ever been dependent on charity and specifically tries to make other people dependent on charity knows this is not tenable. It's not helpful. It's not good. It doesn't work. It keeps people on a short leash forever. It's like handouts. Like it gives people like they desire and they need handouts. It's interesting because like the Queen of Pentacles would want people to see her as charitable. Like she's like getting like she's like tricking people into thinking that what she's doing is like a good thing. Like she'd even like buy clothes for kids, buy toys for kids, charity, get that discounted somehow from someone she's connected to, and give them out to community people. Maybe even make events, maybe even create events with her partner here. Partner in crime, partner in whatever the hell it is. It could be a married couple. This could be people who work in the community together. It could be someone who's connected financially. Just sometimes married for that reason. Usually with the King and Queen of Pentacles, they're married for the money. For specifically to keep money, to make more money, to use people for money. So this is what this is. Someone's using this to lure people. And someone's already, this little Page of Swords is already caught in the crosshairs of it. Already caught in the crosshairs of learning how to gaslight people. To keep this Queen of Pentacles charity scam looking copacetic, but it isn't. I know it isn't. I can feel it. I can feel that. This is wrong to do. It twists something. It makes something... I hear something illegal. Like, this is illegal. This is illegal. This isn't illegal. This is illegal. That's not allowed. That's not allowed to happen. No, it feels like someone's trying to figure out a way to get like a forever position of power. More and more power, more and more money, more and more access through this behavior. Yeah, that's right. So they can do something. So they can avoid something. This four of Swords is hospitalization and forced institution rest, like force the person to be. So it's like they're trying to avoid something. Like they're trying to do shit to avoid this hospitalization or avoid being. I call it the sleeper. We avoid put the sleeper. Yeah, to avoid getting put somewhere themselves. Like they're buying their way out of somewhere. Like they're buying their way out of a hospitalization. Say they have mental crises themselves. They're buying their way out of there by having the money situation working for themselves, by using people and gaslighting them and teaching them how to gaslight. So they would need it. Right? So they would need it. Well, that's the point. So then they need it. Well, the Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles needs to have the Six of Pentacles giving people in charity in the community or their family or God knows in their workplace to keep themselves out of the Four of Swords. Or to keep the Four of Swords in reverse, meaning if they ever get put in somewhere, they don't get to stay. They don't have to stay. They get to leave right away because they buy their way out of it. So they buy someone else into it to buy their way out. Someone can't defend this. No, because this is Seven of Wands is someone who can't defend their position. Yeah, someone who's up on top of the hill, dying on a hill, saying, "This is what I will work. This is what I'm working for. This is what I fight for." So basically, someone's trying to set up a charity scam to gaslight people who could be students who might not understand yet how to really do their good job, to keep them in a needed shitty position, to need it, to make sure they can act like they're putting a charity together, but it's only to buy their way out of jail, or buy their way to jail, or buy their way out of hospitalization themselves, and they are on the fucking hill defending this, dying on the hill to defend their bullshit that they're doing. I've been getting a lot about funerals recently. A lot about funerals and like how expensive funerals are and how much money it costs to put a funeral on, like how much money it costs to like put a wake on, you know, how much money and how much prep it costs and how much things involved in it. Like really, like you would need a whole bunch of people to plan that. These people seem to be people who need memorials and you need the pay for tokens of their esteem. You know, this Queen and King of Pentacles seems to be people who need to pay for their own esteem. I need to pay for their own freedom. I need to pay for other people to be imprisoned instead of them. So that's what it feels like. It feels like people are buying their way out of hospitalization by giving charity to exclusive. But this seems to be screwing up the Page of Swords. This screws up the Page of Swords because that Page of Swords doesn't learn how not to fucking be like that. And then we have the Seven of Wands that can't defend their position, but it will die trying. Yeah, this feels like people who are using the system to their advantage against other people who require needing help because they put them down like that and they make them need it so bad that they're basically bearing a pyramid scheme off of it. That's the point. Like, that's the thing, is about the women, is about protecting women and children. But it's almost like to set the women's up to be always having reproductive issues. I was mentioning the jail guys, setting women up. I've had my experience in the system. It's scary as hell when you're a woman and you don't know what's going on. That's scary as shit. It's like these people will die on the hill to defend their right to put the Empress in reverse. And the Empress is the woman in the situation who needs someone to support them. There you are in reverse, that's the point. They're in reverse, their world's in reverse. Everybody's world's in reverse over this. This makes me want to cry. Yeah, like I was thinking about transferring pain. Right? Transferring pain, transferring karma. Transferring karma. Or trying to avoid, like I said, being hospitalized by acting like this to other people and putting them in the reverse. So it's like putting all these women in reverse, like putting them in needing them to need shelter, needing them to need food, needing them to need fear, like they're afraid their kids are fucking sick, or they're afraid they're gonna have sick kids. Or they have, you know, old men in the community, old men from their fucking jail thing, who they're like scared of the guy because he's like trying to find a way back in somewhere and he's terrified and he's trying to bang the fucking door down to get inside, to get in the fucking wintertime, have somewhere to sleep, and she's like hiding and trying to get away from him and screaming and calling the fucking police to get the fucking guy away. And then these people are setting it up. We don't have the cops here yet, but these people are setting this up to happen. And the world's in reverse over it. Meaning the whole world, not just their little world, not just their money, not just, oh, this little Seven of Wands is, oh, no, I don't know what to do. Not this Page of Swords, like, oh, I have to lie for a living. No. And not even the Four of Swords people who are like, these people, these Two of Pentacles, the people who are in the Pentacles, the King of Queen of Pentacles, should be hospitalized and should be institutionalized for this stuff. But they buy their way out of it in the reverse. Everything's in reverse here. This is the point. It puts the whole situation in reverse because of that. Queen of Cups in reverse. It's like these wanted emotional abuse to be the standard text. The guy's mentioning. They're not getting a Ten of Swords for this. Someone's not either. I don't want to start the reading over because the cat, if you don't like it, you can like get off my video. I'll just tell you right now. Here you go. There's a mystery here. Something's mysterious. Something's a mystery. And it's almost like the Queen of Cups is like, in reverse, that's the point. It's like the hysteric. It's hysterical. Right, because the world's in reverse and someone's feeling hysterical. That's the Queen of Cups in reverse. Feeling of not being able to balance emotionally. Like I said, it puts the Empress in the reverse situation. It's like trying to make a bunch of women hysterical. It's trying to make a bunch of hysterical, upset women who are just hysterical and upset. and setting it up that way on purpose to make a bunch of women all upset and hysterical. And not just women, it could be anybody who has the Queen of Cups energy. Anybody who has the emotions, the emotional depth to be able to feel what's really going on, say the intuitiveness, to put that in reverse so that people can't be intuitive. People can't feel what's going on. I was getting earlier something about the March of Dimes. That's a charity. That's the big one for scamming people who are disabled out of getting opportunities for jobs, because they're needing the donations and they're needing them to basically be solely dependent on it. As I mentioned earlier in one of my little talks about my half brother, that was one of the things he was relying on me for. So I don't like to read this to say that's him and his partner, but hey, it could be. This is something they've been doing for a long time. A lot of people like to do this too. A lot of people like to mimic that, where they hook up with each other and then they stay together only to destroy people around them's money, to make everyone around them emotionally dependent on them and financially dependent on them. This Queen of Cups in reverse isn't getting swords, and it's a mystery as to why. That's weird. It's like these people, your pilot project, it's like these people don't know. They don't know why the Queen of Cups in reverse isn't getting Ten of Swords. That's a mystery. Oh, so then part of it was they depended on, right, because they put the Empress in reverse. Oh, because it was a system situation. But the Empress in reverse, and the world, because the world's in reverse over the Empress being in reverse. Because before, maybe the world wasn't in reverse over that. Maybe the world didn't care about the Empress in reverse. They always did. Like, the world always cared about the Empress in reverse, because the Empress is like the mother of the mothers. The queen of the queen of the queens. If her energy's in reverse, or if their energy's in reverse, everybody's in reverse. Meaning, this is a really weird thing to do all the time when there's not enough money to do it. It's really weird to do that. That's the Queen of Cups being reversed, is that lack of empathy, lack of intuition, lack of direction not happening. No, because someone's not getting betrayed over that, and that's like a mystery as to what the hell that's. So, well, it doesn't usually work that way, right? Well, it looks like they decided to work in a certain direction. It all just came in at one time. I'll read them all at one time. Ten of Pentacles in reverse is a family or community that's losing their money or it's been poverty. Yeah. I was reading this earlier with these people, this tendency to come around people and like make them lose their money because they're trying to scam them out of anything. Trying to find a way to go places that people need help and try to figure out a way to make them need more help than they need so they can always get more than they need. And there's one of the people that is screwing over the system, or got screwed over by the system, and is still in reverse over it. Queen of Swords in reverse isn't going to feel that she can speak. The Queen of Swords in reverse can't speak, or she can't tell the truth. You know, same as the Page of Swords in reverse can't tell the truth. Maybe needs to tell the truth. About what? About how they're not in the worst of the worst poverty anymore. It's like they can't tell the truth over it. It's like there's a Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and then there's a Queen of Swords in reverse. They can't tell how that happened. Like they can't tell them, because I think that this is Ten of Swords in reverse. The moon is, oh man, a mystery as to where this money's gone. Queen of Swords isn't going to be able to tell where they're not in poverty now, because they're satisfied because it's justice. I think someone paid someone off, or tried to pay someone off, and they're not able to talk about it because they paid them off. You know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling that someone's trying to manipulate me through the cards, trying to figure out a way to make me jealous of someone through the cards. They always do this. They always try to figure out a way to make me jealous of someone because they're helping someone, and by helping them, they put them in reverse. That's the thing about it. These people, or these types of people, will, like I said, they'll leg up. They'll pretend to help people, and they will actually screw them over 7 ways from Sunday because they thought that they needed to help, and they got dependent on it. That's justice. That's justice, because it's like you're not like on the street, but you're not like, you know. Someone wants me to need some justice in my life. Okay. Like I said, sometimes they do this through the cards. They try to figure out a way to like make me feel jealous of someone else is getting fucking scammed. Because they try to set it up to look a certain way, so I have to feel a certain way. That's right. That's the point. Yeah, okay. Someone's child can't get what they're working for. this. It's weird. Because it's like a Page of Cups ends up in reverse here. Because this is manipulation. Like I say, it's to set up something. Where people have to go a certain direction even though they don't feel they should. Queen of Swords in reverse is about not fair. About not fair, about someone's not in the street. Oh, shit. This is about how the Queen of Swords doesn't think it's fair someone else is not in the street. Oh, shit, that doesn't make sense. Oh, the Queen of Swords is like, why isn't someone on the street? And I'm, whoa, wow, they're not on the street, so whoa. They wanted someone else to be on the street even though they are not. Oh, so it's like she can enjoy her money, but what if someone else can? And what if justice is for everybody here, and what if someone else isn't like that? Because that shouldn't be that way. Oh, fuck, look at that. Ah, that's ridiculous. Wow. Exactly. And then somebody's sad about it. Someone's in a bad mood about this. Someone who thought something was going to be beneficial for them and only for them isn't going to happen anymore. Wow. This is a lot more complicated than I thought. These are complex. These ones are complex because they get people to come out with their real self. Because they offer them things, right? They offer them opportunities and money and property and just stuff. You know, more benefits than they can have. And then they go. They come out with who they really are. They're not regretting something that's ending though. Page of Cups in reverse is like someone's child who can't. It's like someone's child who can't like regulate their emotions. Like someone's child who's like a temper tantrum thrower, who can't regulate their emotions and who's always like sullen and doesn't know how to talk to people. That's a setup. That's a setup to make someone's child. That's like, oh god. I hate this so much because this is like trying to fucking make someone's child like go crazy in front of people, and then people have to go, oh, it's everyone's child, and it's like, nah, it isn't. Don't you touch that shit. That's not yours. Whoa, that's the point. Just like, oh, it's everyone's Empress in reverse. Like, no, don't you touch that shit. It's everyone's world in reverse, sure, but what if it's not everyone's Empress in reverse? What if everybody's Empress in reverse is everyone's enmeshed? People are enmeshed. People are getting enmeshed, like I was saying about the whole, they transfer pain, and they make you not know if it's your pain or their pain, but you don't know who you are anymore, and you have to do something about it. Whoa! Something's ending and someone's satisfied. The community's satisfied about this. Something's fucking fucked up. Something got fucking fucked up. Someone's fucked the fuck up about this. Oh. Someone's personally fucked up. You know what I think? I think this King and Queen of Pentacles are in the upright because they do something that nobody else can do because they can afford to. And it could be a long game. It could be a long game because they can afford to invest in something to do something for a long game. Sometimes, like I said, they'll come around and do the troll thing. They'll come around and like pick people up and like do shit to them. But a good investment, like say they were a couple who's investing their money, trying to figure out a way to help someone or help a group of people, their long game would be exquisitely long. And it would be almost so complicated that you won't be able to keep up with it unless you're like working with them or somehow involved in it. Like know about it. So you'd have to be aware of it. And you'd have to be careful not to speak about it just in case you reveal your position in it. Oh, that's right. That's like the Page of Swords has to learn to gaslight people because she or they can't reveal this charity scam or can't reveal this charity situation because they might get 4 swords. And they can't afford to get 4 swords. They have to stay out of the psych, or they have to stay out of the jail, or they have to stay out of that situation. Someone's standing here having to defend their position even though they probably don't want to because that reason is they can't to keep themselves from getting the Empress in reverse. And their world's in reverse. Because it kills the Queen of Cups being in reverse, and it's almost like every woman or every person who has empathy gets flipped out in the reverse. But it doesn't, because the Ten of Swords does not happen. It just no. Because this was like a setup to get people to act hysterical. You know? To go crazy. Or like retarded. if you must, you know. Now it feels like someone's individually set up to fail. It feels like people are targeting a one person or a group of people who've been doing something, or who thought they got away with something, or who've been involved in something for a long time and they thought they know how to run it. And they're getting them to like reveal their truth by shanking them up and down like this. By jacking them around a little bit. Right. Ten of Swords, but people don't know why that's not happening. Well, why is someone not getting Ten of Swords? It's almost people are expecting that, right? Well, because should be the natural sequence of events, because they did this before. Well, we understand the natural sequence of events is Ten of Swords. It doesn't happen. Why not? Why isn't the Ten of Swords happening? Because the Ten of fucking Pentacles is reversed. There's no money for the community to pay for it. Right, because that's why they have to have these. It could be private investors. It could be foreign investments. It could be, family who wants to donate something to a community, who wants to like pay back. Say they want to pay it forward. Say this is a couple who has a little bit of money who wants to pay it forward. I'm reading it like in this moment. It could be a lot of different things, but it feels like to me a long game. People can't control these people. Where their money's going to go, that's their choices. That's what they do. They operate for that reason. They put themselves in that right here. Because the king fucking... Oh, God. This could even be just the king and the queen of England. It could even be that. It could be literally the king and the queen of England. I don't know. I've read on the queen and the king before. Yeah, I read on the weird in-between phase that comes after the former queen of England passed. And the coronation of the king in between, like, where people were still trying to figure out power positions and stuff for themselves. Like, this could be that. This could even be because of, you know what, if it's funny, actually? I think I'm reading this funny. Look, it doesn't this look like Prince Harry and his wife? It looks like Prince Harry and his wife, don't it? I'm not really a huge, like, royal fan follower, but, like, I know. My family is involved in some ways. That looks like Prince Harry and his wife right there. Something I think about. Think about it. If you're reading this reading, if you're still reading with me, this could be Prince Harry and his wife. This could be where they're using something that they know how to do. And they're making investments in some communities, and they're financially invested, or they're doing some kind of investments, and it's doing something. It could be that. I think it'd be funny if it was, because they have red hair, and the, black woman with financial stability. Almost maybe needing to buy their way loyalty. Maybe they need to buy their loyalty in the community that they haven't been loyal with in the past. But hey, moving on. Okay. Someone's got a personal issue with this. Someone's got a personal issue with this. Yeah. Ten of Pentacles in reverse because they need it. Right? Yeah. Like council houses. Say a person needs charity. See, a person needs charity. It could be where their way of giving back what their family stole from people. It could be their way of, like, this could be someone's way of, like, repaying, like, what do you call reparations. It could be kind of attempt to make reparations, like, for everybody and not just one or two people. Like, where everybody gets it because they all deserve it. Could be that. Because the community doesn't have the financial wherewithal to support itself. This Queen of Swords in reverse, not having homelessness and being supported financially, it can be feeling justice for it. But then there's, like I said, there's the Page of Cups in reverse. So it's like someone else's child or someone else's children are behaving like animals because of it. Or it's setting them up to get them to act like that. Five of Cups in reverse. Someone's not regretting that, but it's ending. It's like someone's not regretting having their children running around wild. And you could go nuts at people just for no reason. Because maybe they're being... that's the whole hysterical woman, hysterical children thing. I see. This is to cut the wheat from the shaft. This is to see who is gonna work for the donations and who's gonna fucking sit on their high and horse and beg and just specifically get their kids to act nuts so they can get more something. Ooh, that's weird. Not really, because that's how it works. Oh shit! And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Sun in reverse, because that's everybody's inner child in reverse, or that's someone's inner child in reverse. Someone, and they don't know what direction to go in because the community is really satisfied after it ends. Yeah, because the community can Ten of Cups and be like, "Oh, finally it's over. Ooh, this has been too much for us all." And then there's a couple of people who can't get their needs met anymore, and they can't do something about attachment. Well, this is the detachment from these people. People are detaching from them. People are detaching from people who've been using the system, detaching from the lies, detaching from the theft. So, wow. That's what I thought. I thought it had to do with someone not getting to celebrate when they wanted to celebrate. And someone's creativity is standing up really, really strong here. Someone's leadership, someone's feminine leadership and their masculine role is standing up strong as hell. Good creativity. Yeah, because they was stealing what? They was stealing that. They stole, and then they said, nope, you can't have something with pride. You can't have pride because you're shameful. Oh, y'all. Oh, wow. Boom. It's still this. It's the creativity of this. This isn't the first time this happened. No. This might have happened several times before. If we're trying to get something out of something. People who feel entitled to reparations for things that their parents or family went through and they can't prove it. And they just act a fool nonstop to get it. Oh, and then they act them and they act even worse. Someone's not fucking... There's like somebody who sees this clear. This has happened before and people know about it. People know this is the clarity thing. If someone saw this happening before, they could say, oh, I remember when this was young. I remember when I was younger it's happened. Yeah, I remember this. This was the awful thing. And it didn't work. And people got screwed over, people got fucked up, and people got more dependent and more screwed up and more hateful because they couldn't fucking manipulate situations to work in the direction they wanted it to work in and they thought they could because they fucking acted them into thinking they could because they needed to fucking scam them. It's like they needed to offer them money. Like I said, say well, it could be reparations, but it could just be to buy their way out of somewhere. It gets people dependent. It's like people are dependent on that for their work, like to the point where they're almost willing to put the other people out. This is class. This is like class shit. This is like class fucking battle. Like on the top is a class, and then each time it's like go below class, last. It's like the classes are so like specifically separate. And like they're trying to like fight for power from the top down to the bottom of the bottom. People who need everything given to them, but who had so much more power, but actually who have a lot of power to say stuff. That they want to like silence them or insurrect their power to like say shit because they can't actually do anything. It's like the Lloyds, kind of like the Lloyds. You know, there's people who have like titles, Lord and Lordess titles in England mostly, who like have no money, like nothing, like they barely even have a place to live, but they're lords of something. That's right. They don't have no fucking start point. There's no place to start to learn. No, because especially these people are already entitled. You know, if they're already entitled to have anything given to them, if they already feel entitled to something. Say that they train them to feel entitled. Say they trained them like that. Say they were like trying to be the people's. See, this is Prince and his wife. They could be trying to figure out a way to be the people's people, and they're trying to figure out a way to like go to like the commons and like trick like the commons into acting insane. So they just fucked them up, right? They fucked them up. They get them to, oh my god. This is to keep the power. This is to keep the power where it belongs. Because not everybody has this. This isn't the United States where not everybody has, like, their own wherewithal to make their own moves. And these people with the money only know how to do their moves and make their moves based on what everybody else is crazy doing. If they want control of it, they have to make them all act crazy. And need so much more than they need. Why? So they can't speak for themselves again. So they have to rely on this theft, and they have to steal, and they have to channel fucking bullshit. They have to steal and fucking, do all kinds of crazy shit to get their needs met because they fucking thought, oh yeah, well, I'll just do it. I didn't get shit the first time, right? No, because what? This is the idea of like the Empress in the reverse. Like people start to think that they have to steal shit to provide for people who can like not provide for themselves, and that's a setup again. Yeah, and they have to figure out a way to like. They have to figure out a way to manipulate reality because they don't seem to be supporting them the way that they want them to support them, and there's a whole bunch of people who end up fighting for control over shit that doesn't have any business. They don't have any business controlling any of that. When they can't have what they wanted the most, which was a celebration of themselves, and they can't have that. So then they basically threadbare them and show what's real. Like, this is fucking show what's real. So make sure they can't speak for themselves because they're legally not allowed to speak for themselves, or they don't have like anything to say that makes any sense or that they can use. They can't escape either from that bullshit because they put themselves somewhere. And here they put themselves in the tower because there's a bunch of towers in here. We'll see if it comes out in the upright. But they put themselves in the Tower of London. Basically, they put in the Tower of London. Yeah, that's the thing. Because back in the way backs, before when the knights and all these individuals would just like slice each other's heads, like how they would deal with insurrection and how they would deal with, things like that in competition, they would just put each other out and slice each other's heads off straight up in front of everybody. Rule. That was what they would do right away, just to make sure nobody could fucking do this. Nobody could like dominate anybody fucking bullshit because they'd have to deal with actually getting sliced their head off. The Tower of London was set up for people who are in a higher position of power, mostly women who are in a higher position of power, whose husbands and friends and sons all got fucking chopped, who can't speak for themselves to defend themselves. That's the whole Wuthering fucking Heights thing. They put them in the tower and get them to go insane. Because fucking gaslight them and bang around and do all crazy shit to them. And then they're basically fucking insane. And that was the beginning of, like, humane treatment. That was the beginning of, like, humane treatment. Like, oh, we can't execute this poor woman. She's obviously insane. We're going to take all her money and give it away to everybody else and take all her money. And we're just going to keep her in the tower until she dies. And she'll die of starvation. Or she'll eat her fucking flesh. Like, she'll do some crazy shit and we'll have to fucking do something to her to keep her from eating out, basically. That's kind of what this goes to. That's the point with this Four of Swords is like buying their way out of the tower. Like they're gonna put someone else in there to buy their way out. Buying the stairway to heaven. Oh yeah, actually, for literally to keep their heads from chopped, to literally keep their necks from getting chopped off, because they're gonna have to put someone on the chopping block. It's not gonna be them, right? No. For this lack of this could be some animal abuse. So if you don't like the way I do my life, chain off the channel. But it's also gonna be someone who doesn't have work ethic or doesn't have the authority to even start a fucking job on their own. Someone who's kind of lazy. It's like they're like want to escape from. They're not able to do it. Work there. Right, because they say they can't provide for themselves. Yeah, see, they can't work enough. Provide for themselves. It could be representation. Someone's not able to like represent their finances. Oh, because that's the thing with the King and Queen of Pentacles, they would rely on the Knight of Pentacles to be in the upright to represent them financially. What if they can't? Like I was saying, the Lords of London. I was saying the March of Dimes. I was saying these people who legitimately illegitimate, who should be able to make the situation work for themselves and who can't because they were trained not to be able to. And they put them down and they go, yeah, well, that's the point. You can't escape because you're too poor and you don't have any money. You have no working skills or anything like that. And that's the Wheel of Fortune reverse. Yeah, because it is, because they have to change the fortune. They have to make sure that they're the ones to set the fucking tone. Because they're the ones providing the finances. Even if it's not legal, or even if it's like a scam, or if it's not allowed, this could be any fucking people that do this. In a higher class society. That it isn't fair because they put the fucking fortune reverse, but that's it. Is people getting too much power to make decisions for themselves and had no... It's like they're making decisions for themselves for no reason, just because they wanted to learn how. It's like they didn't have the power to like act their decisions to fruition. So they just were making a bunch of decisions and there was no like outcome of it, and there was confusion. And people were like, okay, only these people can make decisions, and these people don't get to make decisions. And if they make decisions, it's about the tiniest little things, and they're get really controlling over the tiniest little decisions they have. Yeah, okay. Someone who can't ignore. Okay, that's like someone who's not letting someone ignore emotionally. Okay. Someone who won't let, or people won't let people say no to emotional connection. Because that should be something people should be able to choose, right? People should be able to choose whether or not they want to bond with someone. There's a level of emotional poverty that's hard to fucking detect. Actually, in a common fucking country, it's a hard thing to see when someone has had that kind of emotional poverty that they're not allowed to not connect with people. That's like a punishment. That's like a punishment for sitting on their laurels, because it's a Knight of Pentacles in reverse is sitting on his laurels and not doing anything. He's just sitting there whacking off to the idea that he doesn't have to do anything. Well, yeah, you have to do something, or you're not going to be able to do anything. That's the point. You're not going to be able to say no to connection. It's like, oh God, it's like you have a relative and you're forced to converse with them, even though you know they're psychotic, and even though you know you have to like act really weird just to talk to them. This is the kind of thing. Like your weird auntie with a mustache wants to kiss you and it's like bristly and like that kind of thing. Like you can't say no. Like you're not allowed to say no, even though you should be able to say no. You're not allowed. You shouldn't be able to scope emotionally either. Oh, because why? Because these people were doing fuck shit to their community. They were doing fuck shit to their community because for some reason they thought they had control over the King of Queen of Pentacles. Someone can flip the Empress in reverse and flip a fucking temper tantrum and make a big deal out of it. Even make a big TV show out of it. Yeah, maybe they could even make a whole network out of flipping the Empress in reverse. Maybe they can go into housing and just fuck a bunch of women up and just make a whole bunch of TV shows about it, and you know, make sure other women in housing don't have to be like that. They can just watch those other women on the TV. You know, watch them act crazy. Not act crazy, but watch them act crazy. Throw popcorn at the screen. I would never do that. I would never do that. Yeah, well, you don't do anything else, do you? That's it. That's the point. There can't be any clear collaboration here because these people don't have the right to make their own decisions anymore. They took the financial collaboration away from them. As they were taking all the power to make their own decisions away because they were doing it wrong because they didn't know how. I think they were doing it anyway just to show that they could, but they were doing it almost like in a rebellion. Like they were rebelling against someone. Like they were rebelling against the people who supply finances. Because they felt that they were controlling them too much. Yeah, and they were, and the class struggle is like this, and it's like very contrived, and they felt like maybe even the Empress feels stuck in reverse and doesn't want to feel that way and wants to do something. The Queen of Cups feels stuck in reverse. These people maybe just like feel so stuck in their positions. Even the Five of Pentacles people can feel stuck like that. Because Five of Pentacles in reverse isn't like poverty, but it's like it's not much more than just not having like sleep on the street. So then it might not be enough for people. People might even want to go back to living on the street after a while. People might feel that they had more freedom and more power in their lives when the Five of Pentacles was in the upright, which is odd. But people might start feeling like that. They might start wanting to for some reason not live and go live outside because they have more power over themselves. Like, that's weird. I've seen that before. I've seen people who prefer to be homeless, you know, than have anywhere safe to be. Because they have more power over their lives, but it don't really have anything. Like I said, this is what happens to these people who decide to make their own decisions too much. They're Aries in reverse. They're not able to handle the conflict. They're not able to do anything. This goes back to this Queen of Swords in reverse. They're not really able to make the decisions for themselves, and they're not really able to be leaders. They're not able to lead themselves. This is like a person or group of people who doesn't lead, who doesn't know how to lead, who is basically trying to kick off and start a fucking argument. Basically, this is someone who could be starting a rebellion. This is people who start rebellions and don't know where to go with it. Because they don't have their money, they don't have their collaboration, they can't stay somewhere. They needed to like start a fucking argument. But it's like it doesn't. God, people look at it like the Emperor in reverse and go like, wow, what a tool. Like, wow, you got no power. Like, you just nothing. Like, this got no power. But yeah, they do, because it's like that's the point is to demonstrate the lack of fucking power That's heartbreaking. Yeah. Yeah, this feels like a certain MP from my area that just recently resigned because the power struggle was too intense for them, and they did it in a weird way in front of everybody to make sure everyone would know that this is what they're doing and they aren't going to be able to do this anymore because this is what's happening to them. How heartbreaking. Because of that. Because nobody's going to want to work with them anymore because they did something stupid to take control over themselves when they shouldn't have. Or they did something stupid to control their constituency and they didn't need to, and they got them fucked up. Yeah, I got them fucked up. Someone's got control issues. Bad. Okay. This could be a direction of where to go, though. Okay, so these people who are providing the finances, I feel like it is some monarchy thing. We'll know what direction to go in now because of all this crap that they keep people jumping around and love to jump through hoops and shit and making them turn out like they actually have no leadership and authority at all. Like I said, it makes them have to act the true self. So it's heartbreaking, but then people know what direction to go in. And they go, oh, okay, well, that's heartbreaking as hell because I can't trust that guy. Well, that guy, I thought he was a good leader, but it turns out he's the worst. Yeah, heartbreaking as hell because we liked him, right? Didn't we like him? Yeah, we did. 3 of Wands in the upright. It's like, okay, well, we know where to go now. We know where our ships are coming from, and it's not from this fucker guy. That's for sure. Okay, so these people could start to see that. These people who are kind of not really able to see anything but their immediate future could maybe now start to see that this person that they relied on isn't good. That they shouldn't have relied on that guy. Or they shouldn't have relied on anything that they said. Or anything that they tricked them into doing. And this area that they live in, that they were doing all this shit. Living in a liberal paradise, you know. If I can remember to link that, I'll do it. That's my reading yesterday. I think yesterday, the day before. Not really, I just have that shit. But yeah, that's it. Judgment in the brain. Wow, that's good. It's like, yay, good for us. We're doing great. Well, that's good for us. We're making big decisions now. Good for us. We're all doing better with our decision making here. Everybody can do better now. Everybody can make decisions and say, well, that's it. This is like good judgment. Someone's made a good judgment call. Someone made a judgment call. It could have even been the Emperor in verse. It could have been them deciding to shink themselves and cut their own heads off just to make sure no one else could do it. That happens. Someone could just fall on their sword instead of having someone else do it to them. This is tense. This is tense. Yeah, okay. Judgment in the upright for a high priestess or people who are in the high priestess energy. Because it puts these people who can value everything, like me or people who are like me, who historically have been like have had their who've had their selves and have their powers and had their such that they do witch hunt, basically witch hunt. They've had their witch hunt. Judgment in the upright is the high priestess with the high priestess and the devil. Interesting, the high priestess and the devil, because the devil's in the upright in this situation. Hey, I don't know if it's JT, but like I swear to God, it could be. Because the high priestess devil. Judgment in the upright for. It's like attachment. It's like psychic attachment, but like kind of almost like negative psychic attachment, like psychic enmeshment. That's the judgment in the upright, because the high priestess is usually a feminine. Usually a feminine with the feminine intuition. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Someone can't practice. Someone's in a position where they can't really practice. Judgment in the upright for the high priestess because the devil can't practice. The devil can't practice their practice thing. They practice to make their craft and they can't actually make their pentacles because the devil can't make the pentacles now. Whatever the devil is, the devil could be drugs. The devil could be addiction. The devil could be sex trafficking, crime, dependency, right? All this shit where the Empress is in the reverse and the Queen of Cups is in the reverse, and the Worlds is in reverse, and the Page of Cups is in reverse, and the Page of Swords is in reverse, and the Seven of Wands is trying not to fucking get killed by defending their position that they didn't even want to take. All this bullshit, you know, all this absolute nonsense. It doesn't need to be that way with the Sun in reverse, and it's just so much drama. This is a drama. Last reading I made was Total Trauma Island. I'll try to remember to link that one too, because I think that was fun. But that's where the devil can't make their profit. This is a healing thing. This is a healing thing. This is someone, people coming to the reality of they can rely on their intuition, right? Because with the Queen of Cups in reverse, they don't rely on their intuition. The Queen of Cups in reverse is terrified of their own feelings, or afraid of being seen as hysterical, afraid of being seen as not really knowing how to make their own decisions. Here's the Lovers in the upright. Right? Because it's safe at that point to be with someone. I like that the Judgment, I love this so much, the Judgment and the Lovers is the same. Red wings. Like, I love that so much. Because the Judgment in the upright is solid, sound judgment, because that's the Queen, that's the High Priestess. I say the Queen, but it could be the way that the Queen runs her situation to provide for people who need to know that they're not like being witch hunted anymore. Like we as like readers, and we as psychics, and specifically women, you know, who are readers and know intuitive. We don't have to live in the Tower of London forever anymore. There's now opportunities. And the devil can't practice their craft, which means the Lovers are in the upright. God damn. Wow, what a relief. What a relief to know that that's how it works. The strength of it. Strength! Because the strength that comes from having a situation where you're safe with your lover. Someone can't create something because of this. Someone isn't able to make something happen. They can't make something negative if it doesn't benefit the community. So this is the part, the community doesn't get benefits from this because this was specifically set up to starve these people out of power. Well, then it kind of does, and it puts people who didn't have the power in the position in the first place. Someone isn't able to make creations out of that. It's like someone isn't able to use their big dick energy to do anything about this anymore. Someone who admit they thought that they could. Someone who thought they had control over something. Oh, something's going slow because of representation. Slow down, representation. For the fight, for the Knight of Wands to represent. Slow down. Slowing down representation. Oh, because it's sometimes too fast. It's too fast in the representation. And sometimes the Knight of Wands can be too rushing into battle too quickly. It's like trying to create a war. It's like trying to create a war unnecessarily. But a war of the people. War of the people. Ugh, this is the Civil War. This is someone trying to create a civil war here. Yeah, someone's trying to create a civil war. Or someone's trying to prevent a civil war. Someone's trying to create a civil war, only a little bit of a civil war. Just enough of a civil war to get people seeing what it could be like if there was actually a civil war. Not good. Very not good. Everybody loses during the Civil War. Everybody. There's not one that actually gets any benefits out of it. Never. The people who reenact the Civil War, they're only reenacting the Civil War because that was their familial context, was the war. And that was their whole familial context. And their whole culture is based on war. And that's fine. It's a culture based on war. Well, it's a whole bunch of people who are fighting to keep their culture alive as a war culture. And that's the whole rose of the War of the Roses. That's the whole flower war. That's the literally the flower war. That's literally, yeah, that's the flower war. That's like starting a fight with your neighbor just to make sure you don't kill them. Yeah, just starting a fight with your neighbor just to make sure you don't end your own life. That's like the neighbors pissing over fucking property fucking bullshit so they don't end up knifing each other in the middle of the night. That's the kind of thing that, to prevent the worst of the fucking chaos from escalating to the point where it is an actual war. Because in the commons country we live in, that could happen. That could happen. It could actually so fast happen. Right. So can you perhaps upright someone's masculine, like nurturing aspect of self is standing out strong. I feel like this is someone's rising sign. That they're coming out really strong in their rising sign and coming out really good and solid and wholesome and strong in the rising sign from this situation or for the situation because of this situation is necessary to bring this out. To get a person feeling or acting or being, you know, the nurturer, the provider emotionally of stability, the person who is like calm emotionally, who doesn't be uber reacting all the time, so they can do something. They can tell the truth. Then there you go. That's the point. There's Mr. P right there. Because we got JT over here who can't practice his fucking bullshit. And Mr. P's gotta be Mr. Nice Guy so he can talk and tell the truth. Because look at these people don't know what the fuck is going on. This is necessary. Well, like I was mentioning, the Civil War. In the country I live in, this trying to truth and reconciliation. This is necessary for the truth to reconcile. This is necessary to arrest that damn devil. It's arrest the wacko. I make fun because that is the way it is. Not have to wait too long now. Oh, not have to hang on too long anymore. For something to go the way it should have been and can continue to be. But this is how it has to go because people like me who've been, like I said, oppressed for this reason cannot continue to do that. They can't continue to, because the value that people like me have to the crown and people like me have to the political aspect, you know what, especially when it comes to like getting certain people to like out themselves as a little nuts, you know, put themselves in a position where they can't defend their bullshit. No, because like there it is, the emperor is in reverse is right next to the devil, so you know what these fuckers are doing. Huh. Oh, wow. That's weird. That's like, that's really interesting. I like to see the process. I like to see how the process works. I like to, because then I like to know how this is going to continue working in my experience, how I can help. And there's the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sign of the police. And that's where they're happy. The police are like, good, we're good. We're no one have to fight nobody. You don't have to beat anybody up. You can beat up these guys. Oh, you would beat the liberals up. Why do you want to beat them up? That's the whole thing. I was thinking about the cops are going to be, well, the police cops are going to be like very chill. Like they're going to be like, I don't know, how do you say? Because this also represents it actually represents Cancer energy as well. It does. Yeah, willpower. And a good solid sense of willpower, a good solid sense of direction, where you know that they're not going to be all fucked up, and because this is the point, they're going to be funding these people. They're going to be funding police and security to keep people safe, and then to keep themselves safe too, because they shouldn't have to be corrupt and shit, because you don't know what's ever going on. And then this is this double crap happens too much. It happens way too much when people aren't paying attention to it. Okay, someone's not going to be... Oh, that's it. Well, then there's nobody worrying about the police corruption. Because everybody can trust them now. Everybody should be able to trust, because this is the thing when you're a kid. And you're people tell you, if you ever find this and that, go talk to a police officer. And you go around and talk to a police officer. They should be able to help you. You shouldn't be afraid of the police. Even if you're a minority. Specifically, if you're a minority, you shouldn't be afraid of the police. The police shouldn't have the kind of authority to tell you no, you don't know what you're talking about. They shouldn't have to gaslight you. So people don't have to be afraid the police are gonna do anything, because they've satisfied their needs. Yeah, because someone doesn't need to be in the hanged one anymore. Here's some money. Here's some money. You guys need it. Yeah, well, that's the point, because they'll only fund it if it's proven to be working, right? It's only funded if it proves to work. It's a long game, right? This is the longest long game ever, and it's oh my god. This is such a long reading. Oh my god. It's the longest reading ever. It's so long. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, I gotta use all the cards or I can't chew. Okay, so people can save, right? Because they give them new money, and then they can save. They can have some savings. Oh, and the people can have some savings, retirement savings, right? Because like, oh god, this whole begging and fucking borrowing and scraping. Oh my god. This is more advantageous for the people. Because, like, nobody wants to deal with people who can't even fucking find their way around because they're scared and trapped. And those people get, like, arrested developmentally in this first part. They get stayed in there. And they kind of stay like that because, like, they literally can't do anything but that. And that's what they have to do. That's how they operate. Like I said, they'll stay like that. They'll stay like that because that's how they are. That's the point. That some of them can't be rehabbed or rehabilitated in that way. So they'll stay them in reverse because they'll, the other people will get the Ace of Pentacles, other people will get the Four of Pentacles, and then they'll be like sad because they didn't get it all taken care of themselves because their chariot should be in the upright for them as well. But for these people who depend on this thing, who are like the Empress in reverse types, who stay like that, who are dependent on it, they stuck it in reverse forever. There is no ending that. No, because there's no competing in that situation, because it's stupid, because it's toxic. This is what these people who are going under your window doing all these bullshit, trying to figure out a way to compete, trying to figure out a way to get someone to give them dumpster food. And maybe if they could make a panic happen to you, they could get some food really fast. Maybe they could get you in somewhere and they can get some food, they can get to go anywhere, they can get drugs, they can get drinking, they can have a party, but without you around. That's it. There's no talking here. There's no communication about this. These people aren't even allowed to communicate about these things. Or no one's talking about that because it's like, oh, that's so dumb. No one's talking about it. Like, it's like these people wanted to go around and do it like at you to get you to like start something up again, liberal style. Like they would all get something, but they're also dependent on that. It doesn't even know. They don't even know how bad it does them. That's it. That's the manifestation of how this could be a better thing for all the people. Oh God, if people just let it be, goddamn. Trust the situation. It's okay. Nope. This is the creation of the Hierophant in reverse, like manifesting Hierophant in reverse. Oh shit! That's what they're doing. They're working the Hierophant in reverse. Because they're trying to figure, because in the beginning of the reading, this is what they were doing. They're trying to goo this in the Hierophant in the verse. They were manifesting the Hierophant in the verse, meaning they fucking wanted the system to be broken. Oh. Sometimes the Hierophant in the verse is like certain laws and rules have to be made for certain people. Like I said with the Tower, like, it has to be human rights things. This could be an attempt to do that, to use the manifest. It's like human rights tribunal. Yeah, for this Hierophant in the verse for the housing thing. Yeah. For that, because everyone deserves housing, even the people who do the worst things to other people. That's one of the things that's been decided, human rights style. Everyone deserves this, specifically everybody who doesn't get it. Oh, someone's not personally satisfied here. Well, that's no satisfaction personally, right? No, because it's a common thing. Again, that's everybody gets that, but nobody gets to have it like for themselves. Everybody gets to have it like for everybody else, right? And that's the beginning, where they were all getting it for each other and not for themselves, and they were all feeling that they didn't get something. Oh, there's one of those hymns was wet dream, but it's only from someone who had a good past. I mean, it's not personally satisfied that somebody had something positive in the past and that would give them something for the future. Oh shit, who's like that? Who's like that? Who's looking at your cup and going, I didn't think you should have had a better childhood than me. What? Yeah, The jealousy. There's the toxic jealousy. There's what happens as the Five of Wands in reverse is really freaking jealous. Like, not even be able to start a fucking fight. Just go around and just gaslight to trick a person into that whole thing. Where they're not allowed to do something because they're not allowed to do it. And that's the decision that they lose. Well, they lose their decision making then, don't they? Because they try to out you and end you. They lose their decision making skills. They don't get to have that. They don't get to be able to make their own choices. And they probably didn't even see that they lost that. They probably didn't even see themselves losing all that privilege. Ooh. For to not fucking be able to make creations and to not be able to start anything. That's for these not getting to make a decision about what the page of about the page of wands. That's like art student. It's like a failed art student. I did that. The failed art student. Oh shit! Yeah, because these people wanted to write a Reddit story about trauma and they never did because it didn't work because there is no thing to say. There's only ever wellspring of positive to break from. It's that. Okay, so then there's enough financial wherewithal to not be burdened. God, I hate that when all these fuckers come around, try to pile on top of me and try to pile their shit on top of me and go, if you get it, I get it too. And it's like, yeah, I bet you fucking think you get it because I get it. I bet that's what you think the world is. I bet that you think that everything that I get is what you get as well. There's the tower again. Except for the things that they don't like that you get, you know, the things that they don't like that you have that like is bad and they don't want to have that, but they want you to have all the bad things and they want to have all the good things. That's very childish. That's why they stay arrested like that developmentally. There's a tower because you're not being burdened. Hey, that's weird. That's weird. It's like they wanted you to have to be in their tower with them almost. Be in their Tower of London with them and suffer in their Tower of London with them, right? Because they're going to put you in the Tower of London instead of them. Nope, that's the point. They got nothing. They got nothing. These people are delusional, by the way. They're delusional. That's why it's a mental health aversion. That's the point. It's a mental health aversion, meaning there's no future for these fuckers because the mental health aversion keeps them in the tower. Ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. They can't defend themselves legally because that's the point. There's no legal defense at this point. That's the point of it. They're literally, it's still not different. Not different from the way it has been for so long. They can't get put anywhere because there's no legal defense for these people. They have to be capped on something. And that's why the Hierophant has to be in reverse in this situation for them. For sometimes as well, but like mostly for them because they do so much to you just because they have nobody telling them not to. And they're trapped. Hopefully this records long. If not, it's fine. Yeah, because they're trapped in the lack of temperance. Meaning forced sobriety. Meaning they're forced basically to be drunk and high all the time. And they're being forced into it. Being forced into taking too much medication, wrong kinds of meds. Being forced into always being in withdrawal all the time. See? All that shit that they did to you. Yeah. That was what that was from Canada. Was what happened was all this cunnilingy just came rolling down the hill from you. And all these people were like, trying to breathe all like they're toxic into you for years. And then that's why. That's why the whole don't like cunnilingy with someone you're not married to kind of thing. And it's like they're trying to figure out a way to make you make incest in a family and make a cunnilingy incest just to show you that you're nothing good. And it's like, that's why the royal family is so closely related to each other. That's why they're all so closely related to each other, is because that's the way it's like. The star in the upright, but then the hermit in reverse, meaning they can't find your channel to go on your channel and go, I'm gonna learn how to defend myself at you. I'm gonna get you to tell me all this wisdom, and I'm gonna go at you. Well, because you see what they go do with it on your page. They attack the shit out of you because they hate you because you shouldn't have like did this and that, right? No, because they can't connect. They can't connect to you or anybody else at the point that they don't connect. And the King of Wands in the upright here because that's your energy. And I hope this records.